What's up, guys and girls? Round 3, bringing it home. Post-production. We're talking about end post, which means after I've recorded, now what? Now I'm going to really sweeten it. Now this is the editing software version of Sweetening Elements. So let's go full screen. Go, 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 go. Everything's lagging. A lot of tabs open. Gonna be honest, it's been a push. Okay, the general guideline here is if you're using music, especially any kind of techno, and the beat's gonna drop, something should happen when the beat drops. This is a production by Devin Supertramp, who got paid huge dollars to produce a promo video for the company Voo-Ray. The brand and product is placed subtly throughout this video. Initially, we just see very, very subtle hintings and showings of it, and then by the end, it's like giant signs that say Voo-Ray, and pretty much the connection of like, if you wear our clothes, you'll have this much fun. So I came across this, I don't know how, but I grabbed it for this because it's a good example. You got this anticipatory sound building of a rope being stretched. There. This is the extremely dangerous part where they break watercraft safety law. It looks like fun, doesn't it? The whole thing looks like fun, and we could evaluate the whole edit for how we're just selling the life, and people are like, what do I need to do this? You need to wear Voo-Ray clothes, and then you will get to do this in the mountains, jump into a mountain lake. What I want you to look at the beginning is when the beat drops, something happens. Horns are iconic for this, right? Like these horns give energy. We're going to see another piece by Rubinsky Works called Back to Work that uses horns, and they're so great for this, for that fun energy. This is 3 minutes of basically the same. They have a little bit of a night scene at some point here with some lights on, but otherwise it's pretty much like you too could have this much fun. And it looks like, I'm sure it was a ton of fun, but if nobody got hurt in this, I would be amazed. It looks all kinds of dangerous. So another example here, this is the next one. Frame zoom, and this is cropping the frame to move to a tighter shot, often done in coordination with a beat marker or on the beat. So in this case, we didn't have anything else to work with. We had one angle, but we can just use a crop and a frame zoom in order to enhance a moment, in this case, catching a disc, which was also timed with a beat. So we'll see if we can see this. How to play Dursting competition-wise. 3 innings. You have 3 innings in which you can compete. Each inning is one toss. You're going to toss the frisbee
this was a final
into the wind if there is a wind, and an angle that...
Final exam for our AV class is so great. Dursting final. We have a freeze frame here. I forgot about this, but it's coupled with a zoom. So we could just zoom, crop and zoom to a new portion of the clip. Something happened on the beat drop. Most important lesson there. A reverse. Duplicate the clip and reverse it at a point of action, often coupled with beat markers as well. The reverse can also be speed affected. So in this case, we may have speed wrapping because I think we were working with Final Cut at the time, but not available in iMovie. Queued up here.
So in spike ball, you can either play up to 11 or 21, depending on how long you want to play. And to win the match, you have to win on your own serve.
So that was like a double reverse there. Something to extend the action.
Oh God. Yeah, third. Hey, good. Hey, good game, Paul.
Sportsmanship.
Good game, good.
Nice. I'm calling this one background audio drop. So we'll see this as well in the back to work piece. But really, it's about refocusing the audience's attention. So think back to the Vouray clip. We heard the four-wheeler and the stretching rope, and then all that dropped out, and it got really quiet and airy. And it was like, oh, what's going on? And you refocused back to the video, and then boom, something happened. So in this case, we're using these intermittent points of silence, momentarily dropping or ducking the background music completely to highlight narrative voice, emphasize a point, or set up action and refocus audience attention. Other elements here for sure. Slow-mo. A little bit of silence. Some clip reverses. This was a Sweetening Elements project. Point that I felt was most significant was that dropping or temporary reduction of background audio, refocusing the audience's attention. Slow-mo and cuts to current action, using a combination of slow motion shots and cutting portions of the timeline to advance the action at the natural real-time pace. So to explain that, if we were playing something at 50% speed, but we played 2 seconds of it and then we cut 2 seconds of it out and played the next 2 seconds, we'd be kind of keeping up with real time, but showing portions of it in slow motion. The quick command is Command B in iMovie to split a clip. I believe I show that in the tutorials as well. And so you would split it into portions, slow segment 1 and 3 and delete segment 2. I explained that a couple ways now. Take a look at this Sweetening Elements edit from last year. This is at 16 seconds in. Okay, so jumping back here a little bit and just reviewing that first time through, and we're back. Okay, so just looking at that one more time, this is probably more than 50% slow mode. We have jump cuts on beat markers here. So we are making cuts on the beats. Really cool effect rather than just walking out the front door, which is already great light and direct sunlight and etc. But using that slow-mo and those jump cuts enhances this, I would say. Okay, next one, using the marker tool to create cut points that are synced with the backing track. We've already seen this a lot, changing the frame on those marks. So going to something else. Let's jump ahead here and see if there's any more examples of that.
most of these are subtle, but a lot of the shot changes are on the beats. And I think there's a point at which they go to nighttime here. So you get a little bit of transition in the song, a tilt up. It's a great transition using a tilt. Up during the day. And do they come back down at night? Yeah, they do. Super cool. Song's building towards the action there. We got all over the place. So they went all out. 3 minutes is a lot to edit with this. They did an entire, well, they used all their content, so they just wanted to keep going, essentially. Good example. Let's see if I got anything else in here. Slide 22. That's it. Post-production. And scene.